Today on Suncoast View, a water park pops up in an unlikely place. Not all the neighbors are thrilled. We'll talk about where.
And could Sarasota save Florida's film industry? Today we talk to the Film Commission about new projects in the works.
And you see them everywhere on the Suncoast waters, stand-up paddleboards. But how hard is it? Today we're going to talk tips and get some lessons. All that and more right now on Suncoast View. Welcome to the show, and welcome back to our friends, Christine Alexander and Kelly Jacob.
Hello, ladies. Thank you. I usually tickle Linda, so
Kelly was not expecting that.
She warned me quietly beforehand.
Oh, well, that's good. That's probably good. Or you might have whacked her or said an FCC inappropriate word.
Yeah, she does boxing yoga, so I was very, careful.
Well, good point.
Yeah,
That's true. Her reflex might be to pop up a fist. So.
Like a cat.
Example on me.
That was just, listen, you were beating up things yesterday in our self-defense segment, so I know whether you can handle yourself quite well. But we've got a lot of fun planned for today, and we're glad everyone is with us. We also have a new face in the kitchen today, and a new face for Polo Grill and Bar. Chef Jared joining us. Polo Grill and Bar, of course, in Lakewood Ranch. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
What are we making today?
Today, we're going to make the most amazing scallop and sweet corn risotto.
Oh, that sounds very good, and I'm sure you've done some magic for the menu there at Polo Grill and Bar. Tell us about what it's like in Lakewood Ranch. You enjoying yourself?
It was an adjustment coming from the city, but I like the laid-back style, and I like the food scene that's here, so I'm excited to add to it.
Well, the food scene, we will attest, is amazing. What city did you come from?
Chicago.
Oh, all right. Well, we're a little quieter.
Yeah.
A little bit quieter than Chicago, but that's all
we have
right.
improv here, so.
That's right. We have great arts, great food, and a lot of fun people.
That's what I've found.
All right, good. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here, and you're going to have a lot of fun with us. A virgin to the view.
I love it.
And a cute man. He's in trouble.
Totally.
No, we'll have a lot of fun.
Initiation time.
Yes, I know. He's now over there shaking in his boots, but that's okay. Hey, if you didn't remember, today is Net Neutrality Day, and basically that's an awareness day for people to remember that we want to keep the internet free and open to everyone. If you've logged on to any of the servers today, you will notice because it immediately pops up. So just kind of a reminder, a heads up, various people choosing to observe it in different ways, and
By slowing down the system.
well,
Right.
there is that. There is the possibility that some of the websites may run a little slower today. Again, it's just a little reminder of, hey, if we don't keep this going the way we have it, this could be a possibility. And also, they're encouraging everybody to reach out to legislators and stuff. So to find out what you can do to participate in keeping the word out there about the importance of net neutrality, you can go to actually the ABC7 website at mysuncoast.com. There's links there that shows you what's going on, what can be done, and just to remind everybody what it's all about, because we actually have something, we don't realize how good we have it.
Yeah.
So
And that's usually how it works until someone takes it away. Then you realize that, oh, well, this was a good thing.
When we go to those links, are they going to be slow?
That's a great question. I will say, I'm trying to think if I have not shopped yet today, which is good at 4 p.m. Very good for me, but I have not been anywhere to notice any slowness. So I don't think our links will be slow. But
Let's hope not.
that's right. Smart Alec in the corner.
All
right. There's one in every crowd. It's time for our first hot topic, and there is a new attraction in the water off the coast of Longboat Key. It's a floating entertainment spot. There's a water slide, a trampoline, rope swings, and more. It's quickly becoming a hit with boaters and beachgoers. It's kind of cool. The owners bring it Wednesday through Sunday and float it near the north end of the key in a spot that is popular for partying known as Beer Can Island. So the area has always brought complaints from residents. Now they say if they aren't careful, and this is a direct quote, Longboat Key will be like Bradenton Beach.
Oh, boy. I am not going to say anything about the lovely city of Bradenton.
Because she has in the past, just for the record.
It did not work out well for her.
But you know what I saw? I'm sorry. I think this is an amazing thing. That's awesome that we can get out in the water and jump and stuff.
Yes.
But there's a great white coming to Sarasota. Have you seen? The great white is pinging.
They
She's coming.
She doesn't want us. She doesn't want it. They're always around Sarasota.
We're not worried about the sharks. We're worried about the crabby people. Should the crabby people...
I was like floored by this conversation.
Should the crabby people be crabby that there is a pop-up entertainment place?
That's only 3 days, you said.
Sarasota has been
on it.
crabby about pop-up, the town is growing and there's music at bars and there's water slides in the water and everybody's crabby about it, and then they get over it because this city is growing and we need to start providing for the younger people who are out there on their boats, and we have a boat, we go out there, everyone's having a good time.
I'm the wishy-washy person that would love to go out there and party and play.
I was gonna say, wouldn't you
but
love
then I would hate that behind my house. Like,
No, I actually agree with that.
so I'm just torn in the middle because I would participate. I would go out
would
there,
too.
I would enjoy it, I would have
put
fun.
your house right up to a public
let's just
space.
patrol it.
Called
Like,
Beer Can
but I
Island.
didn't tell
Exactly.
They moved to that space. My house on the water was already there, so those people had their house.
Do you have
before.
partiers behind your house on the river?
I do actually.
Does it bother you?
I live off from the Peace River, and people come out of Charlotte Harbor and they dock right there, and you can hear them on the water, and you can hear even anything, and it just seems like the water just
it
makes
amplifies.
everything amplify.
I think it's a mindset though, because who cares?
the summer.
If it's not midnight,
sun's
right?
going down.
If it's
Me
not
who's
midnight,
trying to sleep, and sometimes I'm just bitter I'm not there.
right? And so then
There we
it's
go.
So then
That's
it's
what
a
it is.
mindset. So like
No
we
one
live in a
invited
beach
me.
town.
I'm young. I'm hip.
Swim out there.
I'm with
have fun.
Kelly. If we want to be a vibrant city that makes younger people happy, which we talk about how we
And
want
we
all
want
the
that.
time, but we do have to patrol it. I mean, if everybody's drunk on the water playground all
Then
day
it's not
long, there's a
safe. Yeah,
problem.
absolutely.
Beer Can Island does have behavior problems.
Yes.
But they
So
patrol
why make it worse?
Well, because they patrol it, and they need to continue to patrol it. And
If
I
they're
think they
patrolling
know
it,
they
they
need to
wouldn't have
patrol
a
it.
problem.
Well, we always
That's
try to
the
get away with
opposite.
the problem until the patrol shows up. I mean, come on now. You're not 100 years old. You get it.
Don't get me wrong. I'd go. I'm just saying I don't want it behind my house. So I understand where they're
both sides.
coming from.
Well, and I'm planning on going, so I'll keep it all in line.
I'll see you there.
All right, there you go. Did you
Can I
get a
come
lot
on your
accomplished at work yesterday? Well, apparently a lot of people did not, no thanks to Amazon Prime Day. A CNBC survey estimates employers could have lost $10 billion of productivity on Prime Day. And I love the equation. They base it on Amazon rolling out a new deal every 5 minutes and every worker spending 1 minute, every worker that's a Prime member, looking at the new deal. So the most popular item purchased appears to be the Amazon Echo. No surprise, because they're making it if you have an Echo now, you can get new and better Prime deals. So did anybody look at Prime yesterday or buy anything?
No.
I didn't.
I may have bought a book.
Oh, well, that's normal.
I buy something every day, and I did not buy anything yesterday.
Well, I didn't buy
Which is-
anything. I didn't know it was Amazon Prime Day.
Were you not listening when we did the show?
Apparently not. Did we talk about this in the show?
Yes, actually, we did. But we talked about it the day before to get ready for it. But
That's hilarious.
The
that's
next
all
segment
right.
will
That's
be-
all right.
Yeah.
We'll talk about your brain next,
Who am
next
I?
one. I got frustrated because I had something specific I'm looking for, a computer printer scanner, nothing fancy. We just need a new one at home, and there were no deals. And I thought, okay, if I can't buy a basic electronic item
Right.
at a decent day that's supposed to have everything
Right.
great
I
on
want a
sale,
deal.
I'm out.
Yeah.
So I don't
Black
know.
Friday, here I come.
Yeah, oh no, well, whatever's
I
on
don't
sale
do
next
that.
week, here I come.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right, well, nobody got excited about that.
Yeah.
We will not blame you for this, but once a month, many of us women just don't feel that great. Reportedly, there's nothing wrong with our minds, meaning period brain is not real. A new study finds that menstruation does not affect cognitive functioning. Okay, we all know we have hormonal changes, we all know they make us crabby and we may not feel good, but your working memory has nothing wrong with it.
I didn't know that period brain was a real
I
thing
didn't either. I actually never, I never correlated the two. I have no filter, like zero. I say
all the
anything.
time or just once a month?
That's.
Why are they taking this away from us? It obviously is a problem. My husband can predict when it's coming.
But not based on your memory, based on your mood.
That's exactly me. And I'm clingy. I'm very clingy.
Yeah.
Ooh, I mean,
I mean, any excuse to
nice.
say, hey, I forgot this because of this. You know, I just need an excuse.
well, then you need to get pregnant.
Right.
Oh,
'Cause
pregnancy brain exists.
Pregnancy brain is real.
So we go from period brain not being real to now I need to get pregnant?
Well, they do sort of lead to each other.
Travel.
One
They are
happens-
related, but we'll skip the birds and the bees lesson. But no, pregnancy brain does relate because it's hormonal as
Yeah.
well.
I just think I have memory problems because I'm not concentrating on
That
whatever
could
it is.
You're too busy.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not focused.
You're not multifunctional. Well,
Amazon
there you go.
Prime Day is tomorrow.
Maybe I should just get
you cannot blame Aunt Flo for
Maybe
your
I can
memory
just get
problems.
omega-3 tablets and call it a day.
Sure, there's something we
Get
can
Dr.
take
Jenny
that.
in here.
All right, well, want to improve your relationship? Experts say exercise is key. So we know that exercise boosts our self-image and our self-esteem. Well, those are also two factors in relationship confidence. Strength training in particular increases testosterone levels in both men and women. And of course, we know that might make us more in the mood. Anyone notice this? I'm sure Kelly does.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I've talked about this a little bit here at some point, but it does. Women, especially when they lift weights, their libido increases, and men already have obviously higher testosterone than women, but the same with them. So go to the gym. Go home, have a cocktail. Yeah. No.
She can look at me, because weightlifting is one of those things that once you do it, you realize, okay, this is a lot less painful than 90 minutes of cardio.
Yeah.
I have a much more immediate gratification from it. And since I've had my elbow issues, I've not been allowed to lift for like 9 months, and I totally miss it.
And it creates self-awareness and a body awareness. And there are actually yoga poses as well that, and I say this in my class all the time, you invert yourself upside down, it increases your libido. That flip of the blood flow.
Do not tell my husband that. Do not ever.
So you're going to go
tell
home and
my
stand on your
husband
head, do some headstands.
Why are you doing a headstand?
Done. Yeah.
We go from pure brain to increasing our libido.
Do not analyze my producing. Just let it go. Are you having fun?
I am.
Okay, there. I hope you are
And
too.
I'm focused today. I know exactly what we're talking
We
about.
talk about the right things, everyone pays attention. All right, so you're going to pay attention to this too, because this is up Bobette's alley. There is a new high-tech helper for your next traffic ticket. Don't get mad at me. It's called Ticked, as in T-I-K-D. I love it, because obviously you're ticked
gonna
when
be
you
ticked
get
if you
one.
get a ticket.
Exactly. It's an app that gives affordable access to lawyers. In the app, you enter the time and location of your violation. There's a fine amount you enter. All this information's on your ticket. And then you actually take a photo of the ticket. A lawyer takes over from there. They guarantee that it will cost less than the cost of the ticket to have the lawyer handle it.
Wow, that's amazing.
Well, because if you've gotten tickets in any of the big cities, like you can be 10 miles over in Miami, it'll cost you $500.
Right.
I mean, the rates are off the charts. So these entrepreneurs, and this is a startup, and I thought this was scary.
Really
Florida is one of the locations because apparently we are known for our bad ticket rates. Most of the rest of them are up the East Coast.
Yeah.
So this face is skepticism.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like 1-800-GARY.
Gary,
Ask Gary, right? It's just somebody came up with the app first, so he's not going to be happy.
But have you seen his house? So clearly it's not all
He's
sketchy.
got a nice house.
Yeah.
He's got a-
So
he knows what he's
something's
doing.
working
There's
out
some
there.
tie-ins coming up there in a little bit. But I
yeah.
did think it's interesting because there's been
is.
groups before that specialize in getting out of traffic tickets either rightly or wrongly. So
Right.
I want
now
to
it's
say
on an app.
there was a company that already did it, just not an app, but I can't
Right.
remember.
Well,
I'm sure I've used them before.
Ticked has a good name, and I thought you might want to write
Yes.
that one down.
Thank you. I'll download the app today.
Sometimes the only place to get some privacy is in the powder room, on the pot. I know it's not classy, but it's crucial. So as many moms know, we're going to check out some of these products. You've probably seen this one. Christine, I know you're a fan. The Squatty Potty. Someone has actually put a list of 13 products for the pot together that you can't do without. Poopery is another one that
I
makes
like
our
that one.
list. Yes. Now, here's the thing. People think it's room spray. No, it's pot spray. You spray it on the toilet, in the toilet,
Yes.
and therefore, I'm trying to put this
It's
very
film.
delicately, nothing sticks. Right, there you go.
And you had to spray it before.
I have purchased this, and actually I own all of
Right.
these, which is a frightening statement about my home, but I did this for my young boys. So in the middle of the night, they'd actually hit it. Hasn't helped, by the way, and it flashes really scary, and then
Do you
it's
know what you're
excuse to
supposed
go
to
all
do?
over. Look at, no, we're still touring. I love this display. It's kind of a classy way to have a little modern art and always have something important within reach.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's a good way to. And then, now Bobette's going to have a problem with this one.
Disgusting.
Awful.
This is actually our favorite just for design purposes. Everything is right within reach, but I don't want to be sitting there doing that.
Plus, the toilet paper is going the wrong way, so.
Well, that depends on whose house you're entering, but
That's the way it was made. It's a proven fact. That Squatty Potty is like the most amazing thing.
No one else is disturbed about the
I'm
drinks
disturbed
in the
about the
bathroom?
drinks
Yeah,
in the
that's
bathroom.
gross.
But you have to admit, it's a great conversation piece. I mean, I would put those in there without ones that you actually drink, just
So
to
like
make people
fake
crack
ones?
up. Yes, that'd be hysterical. If the guests went to your guest room and found
You
drinks,
guys understand the bathroom is full of bacteria, right?
I actually am aware of that. Yes.
Our whole body is full of bacteria. We're a walking rainforest. I just saw a documentary that is frightening. Ooh.
Don't tell Babette, she'll probably never sit next to me again.
I have no words for any of
You know what? Those are people
don't
who are
think we
making more
should.
money than we are because they came up with the idea. So you got to give them a thumbs up for
Somebody's
that.
buying it.
Exactly. It's a good place to hide, people. All right, we're going to check out our happy hour forecast. When we come back, we're going to class things up a little bit and talk about Sarasota on screen with the Film Commission.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. A tropical wave now making its way through the state a little earlier than expected, and you can see those showers are moving off pretty quickly to the west, so they're not going to be sticking around all that long and bringing heavy rain for a long period of time. So we're not anticipating any kind of serious flooding problems, but we could get some gusty winds, occasional lightning strikes. You can see that now near Sarasota, Lakewood Ranch. Not an intense amount of lightning at this point. Again, because there's no convergence with the sea breeze. The sea breeze is out there in the Gulf of Mexico. And in Sarasota, downtown Sarasota, getting some rainfall there. Lakewood Ranch, some moderate to heavy rain and a few isolated lightning strikes. Parrish, some showers nearby, and Palmetto and Braden, get ready as rain is already starting to develop there. This whole system moving to the west. And we could see that lingering light rain through this evening up until 9 o'clock or so. 90 right now, but that is soon to change as rain is moving into the airport. The dew point at 72, and we east to northeast wind at 7 miles an hour. The pressure 30.09 inches. More in your forecast coming up at 5. See you then.
Since 2010, the amount of film production in Florida has plummeted. Experts blame state legislators who voted to allow tax incentives to expire. But the Suncoast may be the exception, thanks to many innovative solutions. Here to tell us about Suncoast film projects is Jeannie Corcoran from the Sarasota Film Commission. Welcome.
Well, thank you for having me. It's delightful to be here. What great ladies to sit among.
Well, thank you. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Thank you.
We are so proud to see that the Suncoast is able to be the exception in what's become sort of an unfriendly state right now. Why is getting TV and film production to our area so important?
Well, all forms of media, all forms, not just film, not just television, but also web series and music videos and documentaries and travelogues and student films and all sorts of video. Commercials are huge for revenue for the area. What they all mean is they all mean economic development, and they all mean high-tech, high-wage, high-skilled jobs. So those are the kind of people we want to attract to the area. We want them to live here. We want them to stay here, raise their kids here, buy their homes here, put their kids in school, buy their groceries. It's a big economic picture of attracting these kind of people to our local economy, have them spend money directly in with local businesses, local crew, local equipment providers, local suppliers, vendors, hire fabulously creative, talented people like Christine and all of you. There are so many aspects of the economy, so many layers that it touches, and you'd be amazed how much money, cash money, first-tier spending is what we call it in economic development. First-tier spending directly into the cash registers and into the pockets of our locals. That's really what it's all about.
And it's been working. I mean, let's
is.
use Siesta Key as an example. This MTV reality series is set to come out at the end of the month. It's been all the talk.
Oh, I know.
You
Don't I
know?
know? I have been inundated since it slipped out. They
So
were
is this
here-
a good thing?
It's a fabulous thing. They were here 3 months before anybody even knew they were
Which
here.
is hysterical.
The only people that knew they were here was our film commission because we were assisting them. And we had them back here when they shot the pilot about 1.5 years before that. They were so great in the community, so low impact, so professional. Nobody knew they were here. So we were keeping it completely under wraps. It was going great. MTV Awards hits the air, and they run a trailer for Siesta Key. And the next morning, I came to work, and a tsunami hit me. And I was knocked off my pins. And ABC7, and I won't mention all your competitors, but every network, every
Of course,
television.
we were like, really?
People
MTV?
came over from Miami. They came up from Fort Myers. They came down from Tampa. Magazines, newspaper,
So that's
print,
great.
online. It's great.
It's great. And it's happening also up to the north.
Right.
Because whether you like the show or not, Claus is out there.
Right.
And
TNT and
that's gotta
Warner
be
Brothers
good for,
Television.
that's got to be good for Manatee County.
Actually, it's been better for Sarasota County
Oh.
because even though the project is set in Palmetto at a fictitious nail salon, and they do shoot some locations there. They did when they were beginning the series when they were doing the pilot. They've shot actually quite a bit more here in Sarasota County because what they're trying to show is the women on Claus, the manicurists, they aspire to rise above their circumstances.
There's St. Armand's Circle.
You know, right now there's drugs, right now there's money laundering, there's all these things going on in the storyline, but all of these women want a better life.
Okay.
And they're trying to find a way out of drugs and money laundering and so forth. And when they want to show the aspirational desires of improving their lives, they show St. Armand's Circle. They show them shopping. They show them in the fine dining restaurants. They
Which is
show
a
them-
great message to send to the rest of the world, that you should aspire to be here with us.
Although
I
must
saw
tell you,
one of the girls drinking a J-Dubs
on MTV.
on
Yeah.
MTV.
And
No,
the
no,
Siesta Key
pause.
merchants just love it. I mean, they've gotten so much business, so much direct spending, and the production, let me say this on air, if anybody hasn't heard me say it before, this MTV project is one of the most professional, polished, on schedule, on time, playing by the book, playing by the rules productions we've had in 10 years.
Wow.
They're in
Wow.
my top 5. They really are.
That's amazing.
Every day
Good for
we
them.
get cast lists. Every day we get shoot lists. Every day we get call lists. They have all their permits in order, all their insurance in order. It's fantastic.
So
should
we
have
shouldn't
10
judge.
projects like
Don't
that.
judge just because it's an MTV show that it's going to be wild and crazy and cast a negative.
I had an elderly gentleman call me, and he's sort of my poster child for some of the senior citizens that were concerned. I didn't get too many calls, 3. Total 3 calls.
That's not bad.
But this one elderly gentleman, quite nice, quite erudite, very educated, and he said, "How could you allow this to be shot on Siesta Key?" And I said, "Well, sir, they're following the law. What they're doing is completely legal. They're very professional. They're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars every day they're here is a huge amount of money." And I said, "We certainly can't discriminate against them. We can't-
Absolutely not. Absolutely
It's
not.
fabulous.
Well, there's more of this to come, and to learn more about it, you can go to a mixer that the Sarasota Film Commission is holding at Feld Entertainment Studios, another great part of our film area. July 13th is the date. You can talk to industry professionals about everything
Tomorrow.
that's happening here and coming. We're going to go to the Film Commission website if you want details on that. And next, we're going to check out homes with a Suncoast view.
It's been about a month, and I can honestly say I've seen the change in me. I went from being a depressed girl who didn't want help to this happy, caring girl who loves helping other people. I just really hope that people that went through what I went through get the help that they need, because their story is important and they are loved. Thank you so much for everything.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
I'm Cindy Lou. I'm Susie. I'm Missy. And I'm Betty Jean. And we're the Marvelous Wonderettes. Mr. Sandman.
Experience the best girl group songs from the 50s and 60s live on stage at the Players Center July 12th through the 23rd. Call 941-365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You'll fall in love with the Marvelous Wonderettes.
I'm so alone.
If you want 24/7 access to ABC7's breaking news stories, weather forecasts, traffic alerts, health reports, Suncoast View, and more ABC7 programming, now there's good news. Introducing the free ABC7 channel on Amazon Fire TV. Your 24/7 access to ABC7. Just search ABC7 on the streaming device and download the free ABC7 channel app. Or if you don't have an Amazon Fire TV, you can get one at Amazon.com.
And welcome back. Now, at the end of our show every day, we remind you to take some time to enjoy the Suncoast view. Well, imagine if you can get that view right at your own home. Today's Suncoast realtor, Eric Schrock, is featuring homes that really have a Suncoast view. I mean, I love this idea. one of the best parts about my house is like I go on the balcony, I get to look out, and I get calm. So I love the idea of other properties with, you know, these views.
That's a dream of everybody. Whenever they think about this area, they think about a water view. So what I did is I brought some homes. They all have water views. This first one's in Nokomis. It is 2-bedroom, 2-bath, priced at $579. It's right on Donna Bay.
That's nice.
It has a beautiful view, great sunset views from the dock. It's been updated. It has a 50-year metal roof on it. Wood-burning fireplace in the living room, master bedroom that opens up to that lanai that goes out and has that great view as well.
Nice
the kitchen has been totally updated. Granite countertops, has pass-through, goes out to the Florida room. Here's the Florida room. It's a great place to enjoy on those rainy days that you can still enjoy that great view. And of course it has the expanded lanai brick pavers that's still screened in. Gives you that nice area.
Oh, back to this view. That is
Yes,
calming.
The
With that
view
big
is
tree.
beautiful. The dock has electric out there ready for a boat lift, and it has great sunset views as well. This next home that we have is in Palmetto, and it's a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 4-car garage, 3,000 square feet, just over 3,000 square feet. It's priced at $719. It is a beautiful home, and you don't have to be worried about multiple stories. This home has an elevator throughout, a 4-person elevator in it. Open bedrooms, nice and big, room for sitting area. The kitchen has the nice white wood cabinets, gives that beach feel to it. Everything has this nice view that goes out. All these rooms, you can look out and you have this great view of the Terracea Bay. Again, this has a 12,000-pound boat lift already, and there's this beautiful view, and again, gorgeous sunsets that come with this. It's just breathtaking.
That is breathtaking.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next
So the next one, we did want to bring a dream home. Now this is located in Palmetto as well. It's a 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath, 4,500 square feet, priced at $1.75 million. It's right off of the Manatee River in the harbor area, and you can see this nice boat dock. It's 60 foot long, right out your backyard. Again, it's nice and open, high ceilings, beautiful, open to the lanai. Every room has great views of this harbor area. The kitchen is beautifully, beautifully done. It has the accent lighting and granite countertops, the wood cabinets. And of course, it has this nice big wine cellar that's great for entertaining. We always talk about entertaining on here, so you got this. This actually has. This is a master. It actually has 2 master suites in this, with room for a sitting area in that bay window area to look out. The living room, nice, open up to the lanai pool deck area.
I'm in love.
And it just has an incredible view. Look at this, pool deck. The lanai has electronic screens that you can open and close.
That is amazing.
It's stunning views.
That is stunning. There you go, Suncoast View for real. All right, well, if you guys want to get more about any of these properties, you want to go to suncoastliferealty.com. And then next, we'll be finding out more about stand-up paddleboarding. And we're going to try it, literally. We'll be back.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Ray Collins. The Florida Studio Theater is hosting an improv festival with some of the best performers in the state.
We'll tell you where you can catch some laughs with the family, all while supporting our community. Tomorrow on Good Morning Suncoast. Josh?
And when we have even more rain this coming weekend, we'll let you know.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you. Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes, B, console her,
don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check back in with Chef Jared from Polo Grill and Bar in Lakewood Ranch. Congratulations on celebrating your 10th anniversary, and I understand you have some special 10 deals.
Yes, on Monday we actually launched a 10 for 10 lunch deal. So it's 10 sandwiches for $10, and that's all to lead up to our 10-year anniversary.
All right, we look forward to celebrating with you. We'll see you in a few minutes. Kelly?
You see them standing and cruising across the water all across the Suncoast. Stand-up paddleboarding is hugely popular here, and Rob Alfieri from SUP Sarasota is here to give us some tips before we hit the water. How popular has this become?
Well, it's totally blown up. I remember when I first moved to Sarasota a long time ago, I would drive around town and I had a board on the top of my car, and people, what is that? That's bigger than a surfboard. Where'd you get that? And they thought I was kind of weird, being out on Lido, kind of paddling around. All the surfers would look at me, kind of like, give me strange faces. But now you go downtown, you go anywhere near the Keys, you see boards everywhere.
Yeah.
And just as an indication, when I first started paddling, there's probably maybe 4 or 5 stand-up paddleboard manufacturers.
And you brought a couple of different boards.
Brought a couple different boards. Now there's about 145 different manufacturers across the world. So it's absolutely exploded.
Well, we were driving onto St. Armand's, and usually we would see windsurfers, like in the 90s and in the early, you'd see windsurfers, and now that is totally gone, and it's been replaced by paddleboarders, and there are paddleboarders everywhere.
Well, I think it has a lot to do with the area. And that's why it's kind of blown up in the Tampa Bay area, and especially here in Sarasota. It's the accessibility of being able to find flat places where you can go. And you can basically, you go to Bird Key, you can go to Lido, you can go to the Mangroves, Turtle Beach, Nathan Benderson Park, and you can pull up with the board on your car, take it off, walk 20, 30 feet,
and you're in.
And be in flat, shallow water. And that's really, because people kind of get intimidated with, number one, waves.
Sure. Right.
And they get intimidated when it's deep water.
Sure. So show us how we do this.
Because I'm intimidated.
I've never done this.
We've never done this, and we want to.
So if you can basically stand up anywhere, you can stand up on a board.
Hey, we're in.
And the smaller the boards, the more balance maybe you need to have. But for the most part, and how I usually teach people when I'm out on the water is first we always start on our knees. So what I would do is if it was the first time in the water, you'd probably take the board out to about knee-deep water. And then you're going to step where you have your knees on either side. And if you notice, each one of the boards, they have a hand, kind of a handle. That is actually the center of gravity for your board. So that's where you want to put your knees, that's where you want to stand. So what you're going to do is first you're just going to go out on the water and you're just kind of get used to the balance of the water and kind of move around and see how the board is on the water. And then you're going to grab your paddle and you can kind of choke down on the paddle, Kelly. All right, now this is the biggest tip for you guys so you guys don't look like amateurs when you're out on the water.
I'm watching out.
Is to make sure that you have the front of the paddle or where the logo is out in front.
Okay. It has like a little scoop.
Right, it has a little bit
Not
of
this
scoop.
way.
Right, so this is the biggest thing if you want to look like a pro.
Turn the paddle the right way.
Turn the paddle the right way is probably a good thing, right?
Advertise.
So what you want to do is just get used to the board, and if the paddle is on the left side, you want to have your left side on the bottom. So you're going to switch your hands exactly right, and you're going to paddle straight back. And then you're going to go until kind of the board turns, and you're going to switch hands, and you're going to have your right hand on the other side. And just get used to doing that, and also kind of stopping and turning around. So you get to feel like you can maneuver the board. You're not ever out of control.
So it's like a canoe. You can rudder.
So
you can rudder, exactly.
From here, how do we get
standing? So you're going to do it almost like a push-up position, and then you're going to go 1, 2, up. Okay, with a little bit of a knee bend. Now the main thing, when everybody does this, they try to do a balancing act on the board. The first thing you want to do is get your paddle into the water. Because once your paddle is in the water, you can actually put a lot of weight on that paddle. So it's basically balancing you when your paddle's in the water. The only time you're not balanced is when your paddle's out of the water. So it's a really good idea to always keep. I always tell people, keep paddling, keep paddling.
That looks really easy on the floor.
We're feeling very confident at this point.
And you brought that we have some stuff here that we should take with us.
Right.
Yeah. Tell us about the law and flotation devices.
So in Florida, the law is you have to have a PFD or a personal flotation device on your board at all times. That's the law. And if you see on these boards, I also have leashes on the boards as well.
So they don't float away.
I've actually had professional paddleboard friends in races that passed away, being out on the water in very, very extreme conditions, and didn't have a PFD and didn't have a leash, and fell off the board got separated, drowned.
Right. Okay, so you tether yourself to the board. And you mentioned, and I think this is interesting, you have to have a personal flotation device on the board, not on your body.
Absolutely. So a lot of boards will have kind of rope on the front of it, kind of bungee cord. And so as long as you have the PFD on the bungee cord, you're legally compliant. These that I have with us go right around.
I feel like I would wear that.
It's kind of like a fanny pack, right?
Yeah.
You can put your keys, your phone, stuff like that in there.
Isn't it like riding a bike and not wearing your helmet and having the helmet back there?
Right. What's that going to do?
On your body is always a good thing. And then, of course, you can bring necessities out with you, which is a good idea in this heat.
You can put alcohol in that.
No, not while you're says the fitness expert. I'm falling over.
Yeah, this is a typical camelback. When you're going to be on the water, usually you're spending a lot of time on there. You want to make sure you're hydrated. This is a really great to do it. And I always throw some extra stuff in there. I always throw my sunscreen in there just to make sure I don't run out. It's just like anything else. Just like you're boating, you're out on the water. It's going to be hot. So
I've learned a lot today. I can't wait to try it.
I know, me too.
SUP Sarasota leads tours and events throughout the year. You can learn more at their website. And next, we're getting in touch with our inner artists and our inner animals.
That could be scary.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
I am a veteran. My victory was finding the strength to be a champion.
My victory is having a job I can be proud of.
At DAV, we help veterans get the benefits they've earned.
My victory was finishing my education.
My victory was getting help to put our lives back together.
DAV provides veterans with a lifetime of support.
My victory is being there for my family.
Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Haley Wilgus. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. Finding a solution without conducting a new study. What officials are doing to ease the traffic and congestion on the barrier islands. Plus, a popular Sarasota bridge now just days away from reopening when drivers will be allowed back on the Osprey Avenue span. Now, let's head over to Bob.
Haley, interesting today with a strong easterly wind. There's no sea breeze set up, so the storms are not colliding here and really generating into huge storms. But we do see some very heavy rainfall now into Manatee County near Braden and Palmetto, stretching out toward Anna Maria Island. Not yet, but it will be there. A big storm heading in your direction with some very heavy rainfall. Rainfall rates up to over 3.5 inches an hour with some of these cells as they move off to the west. Behind it, things start to calm down. Still some light to moderate rain behind it, but once this cell clears, things will calm down considerably. More your forecast at 5.
Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
I am powerful beyond my wildest imagination.
I will define my future.
I will keep challenging myself to improve. Because I am a future leader of this great nation.
I will make a difference in my community.
I will not settle for simply chasing my dreams, I will achieve them.
Because I was given a chance.
An opportunity.
At Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America.
The ultimate leadership experience.
Join us. We'll build a new future together.
Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. Brought to you by Batteries Plus, the Florida Lottery, and Sarasota Glass and Mirror.
And welcome back. Jewelry does not have to be full of pricey and precious stones to be treasured. There are many earthly stones that have deep meaning behind them, and Kelly Love designs and handcrafts artisan jewelry, and she's here to tell us how we can do it also. All right, Kelly, so I just want to go through the process of showing what we're going to aspire to. So these are necklaces, and you have picked what, like little charms?
Yes, so in one of the classes that I teach through Talent Pool is not only a jewelry making class, but we also kind of start to explore the world of animal totems. So it's an animal totem necklace class. And in this class, people will learn how to determine what their animal totem is, and then they'll get to create and go home with their own personal talisman.
Okay.
All right. We have animal totems that have been chosen for us.
Yes, yes. So we chose a couple ahead of time. Here, this is the seahorse that you have.
Okay.
Seahorses, confidence, grace. The thing to remember about an animal totem is that the idea of them have been around for thousands of years. Hundreds of cultures really embrace the idea of animal totems. The idea is that each animal possesses certain characteristics.
Okay.
And either you feel like you have those traits, or you embody those traits, or you want to embody those traits.
You aspire
to
so a reminder.
Right, exactly.
All right. All right, so I got a ladybug.
So you have the ladybug. Totally very good luck.
Okay.
That is, it's one of kind of proud to be worldwide through many cultures. It's known as good luck. That if a ladybug lands on you, you're supposed to have good luck and abundance.
Good luck here.
Yes.
And you're stealthy, you have a hard shell.
The lion. The lion is full of strength, courage. It's often seen as a protector, very close with their family, and a good source of leadership. So if you had something big coming up that you kind of had to have that courage and that strength, the lion would be a good totem for you to wear.
Oh, fancy.
And finally, the dragonfly. Dragonflies, as you can imagine, very joyful, very carefree, very imaginative,
She's
very
like,
creative. Perfect.
Surprising you chose this for me.
Well, that's exactly.
All right, so what else did you, show us what else you brought, because it's not just the actual pendant that goes on.
No, so during the class, it's a 2-hour class, and students will, the first hour we spend learning about the totems, how to determine what your totem animal is, and some characteristics of the different animals, and then you're able to pick out your other elements of the necklace.
So show us how the bending with the wire and all of that works.
Exactly. So what you're going to learn during class is some basic jewelry making skills. So we're going to cover wire wrapping, how you're going to actually attach a bead. I go over with everybody in class, and we...
so you put a bead on this thing.
You put a bead. This is called a head pin, right here. And it's a pin, and it's got a little head on the bottom. And then there's beads have holes in them.
So you string
And
beads
string it on, yeah. And then we'll go through the techniques in the class of what to actually do to attach the bead.
Well, can you show us
to
really
the
quickly
wire.
so we can try a couple?
Crimping. Sure.
So I just stole one of your things.
Yep,
I don't know
okay.
if that's what I was supposed
That's okay.
to do.
But Beth wants to craft.
There you go.
We'll let her try.
Here's one.
Okay.
So we put a bead on.
So you don't want to use this one because this one's that'll cut your wire there. So here's your rounded nose pliers.
Okay.
Okay.
So I put a bead, then I just bend the cord.
So what
or
you're
wire?
Yeah. So what you're gonna do is you want to see how it's rounded at the top, and so you're going to bend.
Oh,
bend it
I
over.
see. So I'm making a little hoop.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So this takes a little manual dexterity.
It
I was going to say,
does.
Beth is the talented one with this kind of thing in our world.
And in the class, we have about 10 people in a big table, and we
Working
all kind of
together.
go, and it's hands-on, exactly, and all go through
All right,
step
so
by
I made
step.
a little hoop,
Okay.
and then I just cut that, and then
No. So you're going to hold on to your loop,
Uh-huh.
and then with another pair of pliers, you start wrapping the wire around the base.
I'm going to let
Oh.
Beth keep working because she's doing a good job with hers. Obviously, jewelry making does take a little help, and that is why Kelly teaches a class, and you can find out more information about her class and also lots of different classes that are happening in the area at talentpoolsrq.com. But I know from poking around that Kelly also has some of her designs on the internet as well. So Kelly Love Designs, a lot of great creative products. All right, you've given Beth her latest challenge.
Yes.
She's our crafter here. And coming up, Christine's going to give us a challenge, or at least a lesson in improv. Stay with us.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator, there was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs. Stop the crimes.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons, leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
Thank you!
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
Okay, every time Christine Alexander comes, she gives us a little improv lesson, and I'm not going to say we aren't nervous, but we'll give it a try.
I'm super excited because I brought you a silent communication skill.
We're not good at silent.
I know, that's why I think it's going to be amazing. So I'm going to ask you to make letters, alphabet letters with your bodies, but the three of you are going to make a letter together in silent communication.
Silent isn't good for TV.
But I'll tell you how to do it. If this is true, what else is true? If we're making the letter H and somebody stands over here, well, if that's true, what else is true? We need another side and we need a middle. Right?
All right, let's get to it.
So if you start talking, I'm going to break you up. All right, here we go. I want the letter A, please. No pointing, just do. There you go, perfect. Now, can I have the letter?
That's awkward.
I'm out. It was your choice.
That's awkward.
You went there.
Yeah, I had to go that way.
Can I have the letter R?
Really?
Yes.
I have learned that I have to move quickly.
Nope, now you got to stop again. Now stop and then start over. Okay, now start over.
Beth, zip it.
Good, fine, perfect.
Oh, this game is ridiculous. We're going to the kitchen. I think I see wine.
Do a W.
No.
Oh, I can do a W. Wait.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at the top of the hour. A giveaway in Sarasota County. Firefighters going door to door in one specific neighborhood, handing out smoke alarms to prevent fatal fires. Let's get a check on our weather right now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Been very active this afternoon, late this afternoon. A line of showers and storms, intense weather moving through Manatee County now. They're already blown through parts of Sarasota, Northport, and Venice, and Osprey. You can see it working pretty quickly off to the west here, and that's a result of this tropical wave that's moving through, and that typically does not allow that sea breeze to develop. And what we're seeing is these showers will continue to move off to the west rather quickly. Some heavy rain, though, from Palmetto, Bradenton, down into Anna Maria Island now. It is moving into Anna Maria Island, along Bow Key, right there. And near Lakewood Ranch, it's light to moderate shower activity. Well, much more on the weather forecast. It appears that we will see storms again tomorrow. Details on that coming up at 5.
The official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
youngest, Addie, was 2.5. She was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Walking in that Light the Night light with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. It's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope that every year there are fewer gold lanterns. Your lantern will make a difference.
Start a team, join a team.
Help us light the night.
Coming up Thursday at 4 on Suncoast View, it's that itchy, scratchy time of year. We have had it with mosquitoes here. So we have asked our landscape expert to help us pick plants that will keep the biting bugs away without chemicals. An international improv troupe joins us for some laughs and help kick off the Sarasota Improv Festival. Plus, a Hollywood director brings a new project to Ringling, and C'est la Vie is in the kitchen.
Well, welcome back, Chef Jared from Polo Grill. What do you have for us today?
We're making a scallop and sweet corn risotto. So what we're going to start with here is the corn itself. So you're going to pull that husk away. A good trick for that is instead of pulling individual layers, split the entire husk at the top in half and pull both of them equally, and it's going to come off much easier. So in the process of not throwing anything away, we're going to make a stock out of everything.
So I put this in.
All of it's going to go right in.
I'm so excited.
We're going to add water, bring it to the boil, and we're going to let it go for about 30 minutes until it becomes very intense in corn flavor.
Okay.
So to finish the risotto a little bit later, I'm going to have you grating Parmesan.
Okay.
So you'll just grate pretty much all of that block. If you
get going.
stand it on its side and grate this side of it here, so turn it that way.
Like that?
Yep.
Oh.
You'll get more out of it.
I just try it.
Right? So we're going to start here with the scallops. So
all right.
what I have is a little bit of butter. And
Just
what
a
we're going to
little.
do, just a little. Everyone likes to hear just a little, right? So we're going to let that go brown. What that's doing is adding a nutty characteristic to the butter.
Okay.
And it's going to create more complexity in the dish. So with a little bit of salt on the scallops, not too much because they come from salt water, and we're just going to add these in and sear them off.
I mess my scallops up every time. How long do you sear them each side?
I cook one side only.
Oh.
One side only.
Why is that?
Until the top is golden brown. Everybody overcooks their scallops.
Yep.
And an
then they get
overcooked
rubbery.
scallop becomes rubbery. Exactly.
Yeah.
So we want to prevent that from happening. And the easiest way to do that is cook it from one side.
I like
we can
this
control
idea.
the doneness on the top.
All right, so you do like a flesh test, like you touch it and see how firm?
Yep. No, it's not. So then we're going to add our risotto into our pot here. The risotto is about 3/4 cooked. That's solely to speed this process up.
Right.
But normally what we do is we take our corn stock and we just add it in at about 6 to 8 ounces at a time, cooking it, stirring it. Once it all absorbs, we're going to add more stock.
Oh, so you never really submerge the entire thing.
Right, where normally when you make rice at home, you take all of your liquid and all of your rice, you put it together and you bring it to the boil. For that, we're not doing this. We add a little bit at a time. What that does is allow the rice to expand and absorb more stock. So,
So you get more corn flavor in it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So we have our risotto in. We're going to stir it up. So that stock is just finishing it off. We do want our rice to be al dente or to the tooth.
Okay.
What that means is just a little bit of bite left into it. We don't want it to be over. Right.
Smells
Right?
Kelly, you're doing a good job.
I have
down there.
another question for you about the scallops.
Yep.
So how do you prevent it from burning on that bottom end that is on the stove?
All temperature controlled, but I promise you for all the home cooks, your will never get hot enough to burn
it.
Really?
No.
But
I
we're all
guarantee
fascinated
it.
by the one side of a scallop cooking. We've never done that before.
Yeah, me too.
So we'll add some pepper in here. That's just to play off the nutty notes
Okay.
that are in this.
So how long does it sit on that one side cooking?
About 3 to 4 minutes.
Really?
Yep.
How many minutes so far, Jared?
So we just take a look at them, see we're getting some nice color.
So they're not dark all the way, just around the edges. So that's
Right, right.
amazing.
Yep.
All right, that's very
Medium heated or
exciting.
low
So we put the raw corn in. The reason I do raw corn instead of cooked corn is because I want that bite of juice inside of it. So we're going to add the fat in, we're going to add the Parmesan in, but we still need a little bit of that water inside of there. That'll make it explode with flavor.
There you go. I'm excited about you adding all that cheese in there. Yeah.
We won't add all of this.
You sure?
We
We
do
will
love
add
cheese.
quite a bit, though.
I think we'll eat it.
I can add a little extra. Extra cheese.
Heavy on the cheese for the girls, please.
I'll eat the rest of it. Thank you.
Go.
Chef, is this on your menu for your 10-year celebration right now?
It is not on the menu for the 10-year, but it's on our current menu that we have in the restaurant right now.
Oh, good.
We redid that menu about 3 weeks ago, and we've gotten really, really good feedback on it.
All right, great. Well, so if you want to give the scallops and risotto a try, you will want to go join Chef Jared at Polo Grill and Bar in Lakewood Ranch. They're getting ready to celebrate their 10-year anniversary. A lot of wonderful things on their new menu, and also some good just weekly events and celebrations that you can look for there in Lakewood Ranch as well. All right, great to have both Christine and Kelly with us here today. Chef Jared, welcome to your Suncoast View initiation. You did very, very well. Always good to bring the ladies wine, by the way. That was a nice touch.
That's a way to get on our good side.
I think we're known for that. Cheers to everybody. Take the rest of the day. Enjoy the Suncoast View.